Yeah, is that what you want to talk about? What coin do you want to talk about? Ow, ow! You want to talk about Bitcoin? No, you don't want to talk about Bitcoin. You want to talk about Litecoin, right? Yeah, you want to talk about Litecoin. Yeah, okay. You want to say hi to all the viewers now? Say ow, ow! I think that's all you guys are gonna get from her today. So let's talk about Litecoin and wrap up how everything has been going so far. So good morning, everybody. I just woke up. It's about 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's Friday, the 16th February, and we're gonna talk about Litecoin. And I hope you guys enjoyed Luna saying hi to you. She hasn't said hi in a long time now, right? Once in a while, I have to hire her. Because she's got to get some little kibbles, and she's got to be able to afford some nice things here and there. So I got to put her to work once in a while. I can't just give her free allowance. I got to make sure she's working for her kibbles and for her money there, or for her treats, etc. If you guys enjoyed these videos, make sure you guys are uploading it on Steemit. That is how I'm basically accounting for my time. Put it that way, okay? It's such a small amount of a profit that you get from Steemit. We're talking like $5, $10 per post that I put on there. But you know what? It makes me personally feel like I'm doing something that I'm getting something back as well. It's more so like the sentimental value that it adds, right? Because nobody ever wants to feel like they're doing something for nothing sometimes. But don't get me wrong, guys. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I love to do what I'm doing, okay? So don't take that wrong at all. But in the same time, it just makes me feel like it's reciprocated, right? So make sure you guys also subscribe, like, and share to all the videos as well. So what have we been talking about the entire time, huh guys? We've been talking about a break, a clear break, if you remember from all of my videos there, a clear break above about 137, right? Clear break above 137. Or sorry, $237, and that would have been a very good signal to buy. So what it looks like right here is that Litecoin has tried to make an attempt, right? It fell to my lower range right here between 209 and 196 right here. Now we were asking, will the 382 fib range hold? And then if not, then we were probably going to move to the lower support range here between 186 and 192. Now this is really important psychologically, that if we attempted to break there, and we did actually break it above 237, I would have been in a trade. But because we simply could not break above 237, I'm not in a trade. And I was also saying that within the past 24 hours earlier, that coin market cap, let's go pull it up again, that it dropped about 40%. So we were seeing a lot more bearish signs when I made my last video than bullish signs, which implies a correction is still underway. And these support zones are used as guidelines, and leveling off will be spoken of in more detail. So caution is always best. Despite where it levels off, if you didn't catch the bottom, as in you didn't catch it where it consolidated down here, don't worry about it, guys. There's many more opportunities for it to break out, and the opportunity would have been to break out above 237. So let's take a look at Litecoin and coin market cap and see where we finished off here. So today, thus far, we're now at excuse me there, yesterday and the day before, we finished off at about 2.3 and 2.0 billion dollars respectively. And today we're actually at about 1.43 billion. So the volume is still steadily declined, right? We're talking about a 33% drop in volume or more there. So not really the best kind of volume as well. The only time we started getting more volume was actually just in the past maybe 5 hours or so. Right, not so shabby whatsoever. Right, we attempted to break it, but we just simply could. Excuse me there, I burped. So we just could not break it over there. So let's go look at a time frame that kind of makes sense right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, it's really hard to do an Elliott wave count here, but if I had to do one, I would honestly consider this right here. I'd probably consider this right here, like that, okay? I would consider this A. That's how I'm looking at it right now. And because it's so bullish right here, okay, because it's so bullish, it's not correcting a lot, right? It reached the 382 range right here. It makes into this pattern, 1, 2, I would say this is 3, 4, and this could be, I'm not even sure what kind of pattern this is right here. I'm too lazy to count it as well. I'm just going to consider it a correction pattern, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm sure that this could have been like a 1. This could have been a subway 1, I'm sorry. And then this would have been another subway 1, 2, 3, 4, and we might be attempting to make a 5th one right now. But you know, regardless of the consolidation pattern that it's in, it tried to break it, guys. It absolutely tried to make a double top over here, and it failed, right? Or it almost made a double top and it failed. So because you guys might have missed the bottom there, right? I missed it as well. I have to be 100% sure of, okay? I have to be 100% sure that I'm getting a confirmation before I enter a trade. And unfortunately, we didn't break above it. So the people that either caught it, if they caught it here, great. You guys definitely made some really good money going up like that, right? Awesome for you guys. But if you didn't catch it, then you would have waited for perhaps a consolidation right here or a breakout up there. And right now, if you actually think about the risk to reward of entering a trade, it's not really the best risk to reward, guys. I mean, I'm gonna just get my drawing tools on here. It's like, for example, here, if I go right there, if I enter a trade right now, where's your stop loss, guys? It's so tight, your stop loss. You're gonna target right here for a possible 4% gain, and you're going to target slightly above the resistance for a 4% gain. So your risk to reward is about 1-to-1 right now, and I'm not really a big fan of that. Simply not a big fan of that at all, of going for a simple 1-to-1. What makes more sense to me is this kind of risk to reward, okay? Now, I'm going to clear all of this out, and we're going to talk about some targets if it were to actually break out of there, all right? I mean, right now, what target are we at over here? Let's take a look. Right here, if you guys notice that we hit pretty much a 1-to-1 extension higher than it, and lower. Whoops, I gotta delete this right here, I think. There we go. We'll move this over here. Apologies. We hit pretty much a 1-to-1 and slightly higher or lower than 161.8. And because we did that, then it would just make a lot of sense for me to target pretty much somewhere in the middle, right around here, right? Let's just say we're targeting right around here, and let's try to get another range using this extension right here, where we will assume that wave 3 is the longest, and wave 5 wave 5 will fall somewhere slightly lower than that. So if we take a look at here right now, that's actually a really good target. So my target will be roughly, is going to be roughly 265 to 237. That's going to, oh sorry, 237, oh not 237, 265 to 267, 275. That's a better target. Sorry. sorry, we're Canadian. Ha, sorry everybody, sorry. So now we're going to put this target right around there, and ignore the timeline, guys. I don't know. I'm just going to stretch this out all the way here so we're not confused about my timeline, because I don't know about timelines well. I don't really gauge price action, or I don't gauge timeline too well. So now let's talk about this risk to reward, okay? Let's talk about this risk to reward now, where we're going to go into a long position at the breakout, say about 238, 237.5 as soon as it breaks out, okay? And now we're going to set our stop loss slightly higher than this support, right? Let's say we set a pretty tight stop loss, guys, like at 233 or something like that, right? And then now we're targeting for the middle end. We'll target, say, 270. And what do you guys think of this risk to reward, huh? That's a pretty good risk to reward, right? We're talking about 6.81, right? 6.81 risk to reward right there. And we're targeting a very nice number, I have to admit. That is so freaking awesome. So I'm very excited to take this risk to reward setup right here. So let's talk about risk to reward. Here we've got a chance to gain 13%, all right? We're going to talk about risk to reward a lot. And now I'm going to break it down for you guys as well. I'm going to write down a very specific scenario, and hey, we might not break it, we might break it, who knows? Right, we're going to try to get confirmation of a close, say of entering, I don't know, 139 or something like that. But you guys got to understand that these are not guaranteed things, okay? These could fail all the time, and you just never ever know. So now I'm going to be going for $233, and I'll be targeting 270, for example. Now I'm going to go over my flip a coin scenario. So your buddy walks up to you, and he says to you, hey, Philicon, do you wanna have a little bet, right? We're gonna use a flip a coin scenario, okay? And now our risk to reward is what here? I'm gonna write it down here really quickly so I remember it on my other screen. 5.27 to 1, okay? 5.27 to 1. So with a risk to reward ratio of 5.7 to 1, let's just write down all the data here. 5.27 to 1, and out of 10 games, okay? So now your buddy says to you, hey, do you want to flip a coin scenario where we will flip a coin and every time you win, I will give you 5.27 times more than you win. How does that sound? Sounds pretty good, right? So out of 10 games, your buddy says to you, okay, I'm going to let you win 5.27 times more than me every time you get it right. And let's say that there's a 50% chance, okay? 50% chance to win, 50% chance to lose, okay? That seems like a good risk to reward scenario. What do you guys think, okay? 50% chance to win, 50% chance to lose, and your buddy says to you, you can win 5.27 times more. Now, let's choose a various... So, I'm going to give you guys an example of the kind of mathematics that I do in my head every single minute of every single day when I play, okay? I'm going to give you guys an example, uncut, unedited, and these are the kind of skills that you guys need to maintain, okay? Now, look right here, 13.17%, okay? And here, 2.7%. This is what the risk to reward ratio is. And what risk to reward refers to is a very basic scenario, okay? I'm going to show you guys how you calculate risk to reward. R, risk to reward, is equal to this, okay? It equals your target price minus your entry price, all divided by your entry price minus your stop loss, okay? This is how it is derived, just so you guys know. And what we look for as traders is a very high risk to reward ratio, right? So we're looking for a low risk with a possible high reward. Now here, let's just say an example, $3,000 scenario, okay? $3,000 position size, and there earlier we saw it at about, we would win 13.25%, okay? We win, chance to gain 13.25, let's just say 13.2%, okay? Chance to lose, what was it again? It was, geez, I can't remember it. Let's just have a look here very quickly. 2.5%, there we go. Chance to lose 2.5%. All right, that makes sense so far? I hope it does, okay? Now, what we're gonna look for, we're gonna assume a $3,000 position size, okay? And your buddy basically says to you, well, you got a chance to win 5.27 times more than you lose. So 13.2 is about 5.27% or times more than 2.5, right? It's about there. So now we think to ourselves, out of 5, like each win, first of all, what is each win, okay? Each win, if you won 13.2% of a $3,000 position size, right? What would that be, guys? Do you guys know the math in your head? That'd be $396, right? Roughly, 396. And each loss is equal to 3,000, right? So you're losing 2.5% per thousand, so you have a chance to lose $75 per loss. Now, out of 10 games, okay, 10 games total, right? 5 wins at $396 each, right, is equal to 1,980. Asian level mathematics! And then 5 wins at $75, 5 losses at $75 each is equal to $375, right? Now what we want to find out is our total possible wins over time, okay? Our total net profit is equal to obviously your 5 wins minus your 5 losses, which is equal to $1,980 minus 375, which equals what, guys? $1,605. So this is the kind of math that I do all the time. It's Asian level mathematics in my head. I'm sure that I might have got a little bit off, but a lot of these mental math calculations I can actually do literally right on the spot all the time. And I think that a good trader will definitely focus on their mental math abilities, right? So let's go over this again for the people that are not sure, okay, of what's going on. So we have a risk to reward ratio of 5.27 to 1. And then we have a chance to gain about 13.2% and 2.5% loss. So we ask ourselves, if your friend said to you, let's flip a coin, and there's a 50-50 chance to win and lose, right? And you have a chance to win 5.27 times more than you lose, is it worth it to take this trade over 10 times? And the answer is absolutely yes, right? So there's no guarantee that this is going to be a win, right? There's no guarantee it's going to be a loss either. But what it does guarantee that is if you take these setups 10 times in a row with the exact same position size and the exact same probability and chance to win, then you will actually be very profitable over these 10 games. So we're going to take a $3,000 position size with a chance to gain 13.2% and a chance to lose 2.5%. So each win is equal to $396, which is 13.2% of 3 grand, and you get a chance to lose 75%, which is 2.5% of 3,000. Now, out of 10 games total, 5 wins at $396 each is $1,980, and 5 losses at $75 each is $375. So your total net profit is now 5 wins minus 5 losses. So it's now 1980 minus 375, and now that's going to be equal to $1,605. So if you took this exact same risk to reward setup, despite losing some games, you would actually be profitable, very profitable over 10 games. And that's what I tried to do as a trader. I tried to focus on really good risk to reward setups, okay? I mean, here would have been a really good setup as well. Here would have been a very good setup as well. I should have brought that up before, but I don't think I didn't really want for people to take a chance because I thought it was still really risky, right? So here would have been a beautiful risk to reward setup as well, but I wasn't sure if it was close to the bottom or not. So I didn't really want to suggest it for the public. That would have been a really nice 3.93 risk to reward setup right there, right? I think that would have been a super nice setup there as well. So my thoughts right now is that I'm not really I'm not going to be really playing any position until we get a clear break above there. And it looks like it might form some sort of descent or ascending triangle, right? It might form an ascending triangle. If it gets closer there, I've got my stop buys or my stop, I'm just ready to buy above like 280 or sorry, 238, 239. But at the same time, I'm not going to be shorting it because I'm very unsure. If it retraces, then it breaks out, awesome. I'm going to be very excited for it, enter a trade. If it does not break out, then that's fine. I'm also going to be waiting for it to lower back to these support zones in here. So as it stands, I'm playing the game of probability, right? I'm playing the game of probability and just waiting. Do I want to take a crappy risk to reward now and just enter? Or do I want to wait for a better chance of a possible breakout with less profit? Or do I actually want to, or maybe or rather is a better word, or wait for it to lower to another support range right here, okay? So these are I'm playing the game of odds, if you guys haven't noticed by now, right? Playing the game of statistics, playing the game of probability, and just waiting it out. And these kind of calculations are done all the time, which I highly recommend. But in my opinion, guys, I don't think we're going to actually break it, okay? Don't think we're going to break it because we're getting like a double tweezer top formation right here already, which signals that there's a double break attempt and now it's getting rejected. And now we're getting a spinning top on the 4-hour candle. On the daily chart, we're getting a massive spinning top, which also signals a possible reversal. Here, we got a bullish engulfing candle, okay? We got a massive bullish engulfing candle that is engulfing. Think of this as a candle that just ends up eating the previous candle, right? So that's not a good candle as well. Right, we're still getting kind of bearish signs right now, right? on most time frames where we're seeing our side diverge bearishly as well. For example, on the 1 hour chart here, you know, it can't simply get a higher high. On a 4 hour chart, let's see what happens here, right? We might be bearishly diverging right here already. This might just drop down. So you got to ask yourself, is it worth it even going in and trade right now? And the answer is probably not, but it's really up to you guys if you guys want to go in a trade. I'm just giving my 2 cents here, okay guys? I'm giving my 2 cents on what I think I'm going to be doing for my specific plays. So this was my Litecoin video update for the day. There's not too much of an update other than it's trying to break it, but it's failing. And my target stands at 265 to 275 if it breaks a clear break above 237, okay? Those are my thoughts. I hope it has helped you in some way or another. And other than that, guys, make sure you like, subscribe, and share to these videos as well. And as for the ongoing joke, okay, I'm going to keep it going, guys, because a lot of people are actually doing it for fun. For the 1,000 subscribers that I've reached on YouTube and on Twitter, instead of doing a giveaway, you guys have to give me a small donation of like $1 or $2, right? But just do not send it. It's so funny thinking of it, but just don't send it to my Ethereum address, okay? Because you guys are actually costing me, since I'm going into the negative balance on my exchange there, since the fees are more expensive than the actual deposit that you guys are putting. So if you guys are donating for my 1,000 subscriber account and follower account, please don't donate Ethereum. And if you do, make sure it's more than $1.50, okay? Other than that, have yourselves a wonderful day, and hopefully we will reach some targets in the near future. Bye now. Hey guys, I'm gonna finish up the video here for you, okay? I made a very detailed chart here, actually, all right? With really specific scenarios, and I really want to help you guys out. I really want to help you guys get into a really good trade for Litecoin, and I think that this is going to help you guys out immensely. So let's talk about this, okay? Let's talk about this right here. So, risk to reward 5.27 to 1, entry price 238 plus, stop loss 233, target 1 is 265 and 275, okay? You have a chance to gain 13.2%. This is for this scenario. You got a chance to lose 2.7%. Now, the criteria to enter is that it must successfully close above about 238 with clear volume, okay? Clear volume on a 5 to 15 minute chart with no signs of bull rejection at all. And how is this target derived, 265 to 275? It is derived by wave 3, hitting slightly below the 161.8 as we can see. So assume between 161.8 and 261.8 as the next target right there, right? Using Elliott wave theory's guideline of wave 3 is often the longest and never the shortest, right? We assume wave 5 is shorter, and using fib extension, target less than 1 to 1. So we're targeting slightly less than 1 to 1 and slightly more than 161.8, which gives us a perfect wave count right there and a perfect target in general. Now, notes, okay, we see a tweezer top bearish formation with 2 candles that have attempted to break the resistance but failed. The following candles are a series of bearish engulfing candles after failing to break the top. It may attempt another break. Therefore, this scenario right here is in play with the 5.27 with risk to reward ratio, right? If it fails again, we'll see the support zones indicated below where we can purchase some cheap LTC. Now, the alternate scenario is we retrace further and enter upon 150, the 0.5 and the 0.618 fib levels, right? And then we just simply target assume a double top, basically, okay? It's a really good play as well, where we could gain literally 20%. So which one am I in favor of? I'm in favor of the top one or the bottom one. I see it as a win-win for all of it. So what we do as a trader is we hunt for these kinds of setups, guys. And I'm so good at hunting for them, right? So that's all. I wanted to leave you guys with this. Once again, have yourselves a great day, guys. And don't forget this note here. If you guys actually profit immensely from my previous LTC calls, always give the love. Always send the love. You guys know what I'm saying? Just out of respect, right? I don't even need to ask. I don't even need to say it. I know you guys already do it. You guys appreciate what I do, and this is why I do it, because you guys love me, right? Bam! See you guys later.